Hello, everybody. Welcome to this latest edition of the video blog. This is Wave 3 meteorologist Brian Good. Happy Father's Day to all of your fathers out there, including my own dad and my stepfather. Happy Father's Day to them. All right. Really, it's not much more about storm talk than it is more about heat the next few days. We have yet to hit 90 degrees so far. Today, we were one away at 89. That's the third time we've hit that. Bowman Field hit 90, but at Little International, where the official measurement is, we failed to hit that. Now, that is a little bit unusual. Usually we hit that around June 1st. Last year, we hit it around the 12th of June for the first time. That was late. The latest ever is around July 15th, or July 14th, I believe, is the latest ever we've had to wait to hit 90 degrees. And I don't think we're going to have to wait that long. I think it's going to happen here in the next few days, the way things are beginning to look. And tomorrow just may be that day. First off, let's talk about the storm part first, and then I'll break into more of the temperature side of things. On the satellite, we've had some clouds moving in from the west. This is actually a weakening front moving toward the Ohio Valley, and it had showers at one point with it. They've really faded away the past few moments, but the short-range models that we use here, the short-range do indicate there will be a chance for an isolated storm as this front, very sad-looking really on the data coming in, but it still has enough lift here to produce just a spotty shower, and that's all we're talking about, maybe a brief shower. And based on the trends, the front will survive long enough to reach right in through this corridor between now and just after sunrise. So anywhere along that path, there could be an isolated brief shower that may develop before eventually the high pressure that's building into our area is going to win out and the front loses, and that will take away the rain chance. So just a heads up in case you hear some raindrops early in the morning in Indiana. Don't be too surprised, but I really don't think a lot of us are going to see any of that activity moving through the area. Here's a water view, much more active out to the west. We've had some big-time showers and thunderstorms that have been plaguing at times the Plain States. Pretty quiet here tonight. We're expecting activity to pick back up, though, as the week goes on. Right now, it's Texas that's seeing any type of severe weather at the moment, but the pattern is much more of a typical summertime pattern, one we usually would see by this time of the season, but this one's a little bit late. But high pressure is building in to the southern half of the country. That means the heat is going to pump in. The Gulf of Mexico is open for business. You see the movement of the showers due north. That means the humidity certainly is going to move in, but there is not going to be much of a trigger to get thunderstorms to erupt each and every day. All you have is the heating of the day. So just an isolated shower thunderstorm like you see here across the deep south will kind of develop and pop up, rain themselves out, and they're off the radar. But they're going to be very isolated because we need a trigger to get something a little more organized to develop, and that will take until later this week. Between now and then, the heat is going to be the dominant factor here across the eastern half of the country. Here's the latest on Futurecast when it comes to storm chances. Let me take you first into the overnight period. And you'll see in the model as we head through later on tonight, that weakening front tries to produce some showers. It's just trying really hard to do that. But you can see this so far, it's been more impressive on the model than it has been in reality of the radar. And that's important to note. But we can't take the chance out completely. So areas of clouds to the north there, that's pretty much the zone I was talking about. That there's going to be a shower that'll happen in that area. Because watch what happens. By midday tomorrow and early afternoon, even the clouds just kind of fade away. And then you get into more of the heating of the afternoon where you get just pop-up little downpours could develop in a few spots, and not everybody's going to see them. It's going to be just a sunny, hot day. We are going to be watching this area of complex of storms, though, in areas of Illinois as we get into Monday night. It makes a run at us by the evening hours, but then watch what happens after midnight. Poof, it's gone. Fades away. High pressure again, very strong in our part of the area, and that is going to prevent any chance for organized storms to really make a run at us. But once again, we may have to add in a small rain chance tomorrow night for our northern counties until it begins to fall apart early on Tuesday. Then as we head into Tuesday afternoon, scattering of showers and storms possible. Again, the radar is seeing the humidity. The future radar it sees the humidity, so it plots a rain chance. But this model is not very detailed, so you got to keep in mind these could be very, very spotty compared to what the model is showing. But you see the general coverage mainly across Kentucky. As we into Wednesday, a little more widespread activity is possible, but still isolated in nature. But it will cover much more ground of that spotty nature as it tracks across the region here on Wednesday. But notice this cold front up here, the north part of your little monitor. That is what we call like a backdoor cold front. They come in from the opposite direction. This front is going to try its best to run into Kentucky as we into the end of the week and to the weekend. There's a lot of differing data here, how far south and west it's going to make it. We are going to raise the rain chance, though, when it gets very close to us here Thursday, Friday, and then the early Saturday. And then after Saturday, it's kind of debatable whether or not the front will kind of wash out or we'll get a new system that'll move in. We don't know that for sure. But I do say at the end of the week, the rain chance is going to be higher than the first half of the week. And that we certainly have more confidence in. So there you have it. Here it is in the breakdown in written out form. Chance for some 90-degree days. Now, the models are going mid-90s in some cases, due to the fact that the models have been too high at times on numbers this season, and we have a lot of green out there, despite the fact we're getting dry. We've got a drought developing in southeast Kentucky. Check out the Facebook page for more on that. I still think the models are overdoing it just a little bit, so we're going to keep it right around 90, maybe 91. Don't see mid-90s out of this kind of a pattern, but it is going to be hot in the hottest stretch we've had so far this year. Daily chance for afternoon storms. It does increase, though, as that backdoor front drops in from the north as we get into Friday, and the weekend's kind of questionable how stormy it would actually be and how much of a benefit from that front we could gather. If the front comes to you a little further to the south, we can lower those temperatures down maybe a little more on Sunday with some sunshine. So there's a chance still for a decent second half of the weekend, but right now we're not going to bet on it. We're going to go with the rainy period and kind of humid even through the weekend. So there you go. First day of summer officially begins at 6:51 next Saturday morning. This is the last week of spring. And ironically, it is going to feel a lot more like summer.